Okay, so I'm now going to do the top portion. So I know this is 7,500, so I'm going to offset this line by 7,500. In your case, kindly choose something else. Okay, so 7,500, there it is, 7,500, and then I'm going to offset again, O, or spacebar. Since offset was my last command, I'll just hit spacebar. I don't have to type O anymore. Okay, that gives me a faster way of using AutoCAD. So 200, I'm going to select this, down to 200. Here's a nice command, F, fillet. Okay, fillet creates a rounded corner. But the nice thing about fillet is that if the radius, which is currently at 0, right? If the radius is 0, I can click here and the next line, and it will, if I click on the two lines, it will extend the one line that is shorter, or trim a line, like in this case, if I trim again, fillet again, F, again, fillet, I select this, and that line, see how it trims that other line that is over, right? And extends the line that is under. Okay? So, that's the nice thing about fillet at radius 0. Technically, if I do a fillet and say R and give a radius of, let's say, 500, okay, if I do that, it will actually create a round corner. Okay? But I don't want to do that. But that's how you do a filleted corner. Initially, the fillet radius is at 0. Okay? Now it's at 500. You can always change that by typing R, spacebar, and then 0. Okay? And you can fillet to the corner, at the corners. Okay? So, that's how you create this. And now I'm going to offset this to, well, I don't really know how far. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to extend this because they are aligned to each other. This wall is aligned to that wall. So, to go there, all I need to do is, I'm just going to create or extend this line maybe. So, maybe trim this, enter, enter, trim this there. Oops, it's not connecting to that corner. So, I'm just going to fillet it then. Fillet this to that. Okay. So, I now have this line extended to that point. And then I'm going to offset that by 200. So, offset by 200, which is the thickness of the wall. Okay. So, now I have this. Okay. And then I can fillet this again. Okay. So, now I have this wall. I know this is 1,200. So, I can go offset by 1,200. I'm going to offset this here. And I also know that this is 750. So I'm going to offset this by 750. Okay. I know that this is 200. So I'm going to offset that by 200. Okay. And then I'm going to trim, enter, enter, trim that, trim this. And how do I do this? I need to, well, fillet this. I can do a fillet here. Fillet this too. Okay. And of course, don't forget to erase that. Okay, I'm going to erase that using the blue or window option. Erase. Okay. Now here, I'm going to create a line, or I'm going to see if you trim enter, enter, and hold down the shift key, it actually, instead of trimming, it extends to the next boundary. So that's another nice command. Okay? So trim, hold down the shift key, and then it extends this. Okay? And then I can now draw an offset of 2,400. So I can define the end of this wall right here, 2,400. So I'll say offset by 2,400. There you go. So that wall ends there. So now I have the trimming boundaries. So I can say trim, enter, enter, trim this, trim that. I can trim that as well. And don't forget to erase that line. Okay. So now I have this drawn so far. Oops, I don't have a line here. So I can trim that away. So trim, enter, enter, and trim that out. And likewise, I need to trim this. Okay, looking good. Okay, I'll stop there and continue on with this in the next lecture. Okay, so fillet, right? Offset, fillet, radius 0, trim, and then trim, hold the shift key down to extend. Okay, those are good commands. Kindly practice those commands. I'll go